Welcome back to my podcast, Table Talk, where most of you know we discuss current events and news, or more recently, life after COVID, in hopes to keep our listeners up to date as we slowly return to normal life. Today we have a special co-host joining us from Amc Corporations. Please welcome Emma Atkinson, Chief Officer of Marketing.
Hi, Reese. I'm so excited to be here today to go over some things with AMC. You know, it's been a long process, but really excited to discuss COVID and what our forward-looking data is.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on, Emma. So, from my understanding, you've been an employee for AMC for close to 12 years now. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. You know, I started actually as a sales, on the sales side of things, and then I've worked my way up, and I've moved over to marketing, and now I'm in the chief operating position, and I really have just loved my time here.
Since you've been with the company for so long, do you think you could tell us some of the biggest changes since COVID?
Yeah, totally. So as you probably know, the movie theater industry has taken a hard hit since COVID. One of the biggest changes for us is definitely going to be those streaming services. You know, people don't want to come back into the movie theaters anymore as they used to with all these streaming services, you know, Netflix, HBO Max. It's so easy for people to just plan a movie night at home, you know, go downstairs and watch a movie in the comfort of their own home. So that's been really hard to deal with, and we're really trying to find things to get people back into the theaters as they would prior to COVID-19.
With all these new streaming services coming out, how do you think this will affect the traditional movie experience?
You know, Reese, that's a really great question. It's something me and my team we've kind of been talking about ourselves, and we like to think of the movies, you know, as an experience. You know, you go there on a date night. You know, we offer more of a sense of excitement and fun. Going to the theater, you know, you get out of the house, you get to go and see those movies, especially with that countdown to a release date. It's very exciting. You don't get the same sense of feeling when you go downstairs and you turn on Netflix or you turn on HBO Max. It's some sort of sentimental meaning. Typically a great way to spend more time with family, you know, as I kind of mentioned, going on a date or just hanging out with friends. You know, you're building those relationships.
Finally, I was wondering if we should expect to see anything new being incorporated into AMC in the near future now that you have been reopened.
Yeah, so we've definitely got a few different movements going along. I would say primarily we're working on kind of implementing a reward system. We've noticed other companies, maybe some competitors have done this, and I think it would be a really great thing. So the way it will work is for every $1 spent, it equals 1 point. And once you reach a certain number of points, consumers can choose how they spend these points. So we're thinking once they get to 300 points, they can spend the points how they would like. So these points could be spent on movie tickets, you know, they could be spent on concessions if they really want that free popcorn, or even some of the merchandise that we offer in theaters. I think this will create something for the consumers to look forward to. You know, it will keep them coming back into theaters, which is what we are mainly looking for. You know, post-COVID, it's been really a challenge, as I've kind of touched on earlier. We'll run some promotional emails, and we'll also include it in our app that allows points to be worth maybe $2 on certain, you know, big movie weeks, high-ticketed weeks, just to get them coming in and really having that experience that we know AMC Theaters provides.
That all sounds great, Emma, and I wanted to thank you for coming on and joining us for this episode of Table Talk.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to be here today. It's been really a pleasure getting to talk to you about AMC Theaters and how we're going to move forward post-COVID.
You as well, and we also want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in this time. Until next episode.